Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is something a little special. I'm going to be making a Jetstream Sam DLC guide, and before I do, I'm going to be putting up a video of the final boss, which you're seeing right now. This is Armstrong again, and this is going to be a little introduction to the boss fight that I'm going to show you, because the video coming up is going to be a blind playthrough of me beating him for my first time, and it's really hard, guys. This here is me going to be explaining as much as I can before the video, so in the video I can talk strategy. And essentially what they've done here is, the DLC is decent, it does reuse locations and recycle bosses, but it gives the bosses some extra abilities. There are some twists here and there. And what it's ended up doing at the end here with Armstrong is it's made a boss fight that was already very difficult and cheap, even cheaper. And it's kind of sad actually, but at the same time, you know, it's really challenging for better or for worse. Because this guy, you'll notice I only have 130% life. I do not have all the health items, which I would recommend you find if you're playing on Revengeance, trying to get that achievement or whatever, just so that you can take more hits. Like, I have a full stack of 5 nano pace, and there are 2 nano pace in each phase of the fight, because there's 2. And I use them all, essentially, because this guy is unbelievable. This is a new move, by the way. You see it? How much fun is that? It's astoundingly difficult, and it took me 2 hours to beat it. And there's a checkpoint when you get him down to 50%, and it's a good job too, because if it wasn't, I don't think I could do it. And the reason why is, you have to be both extremely lucky and extremely skillful to do this fight. And it's all indicative of the boss hurts so much, it's not even funny. And Sam, you know, Sam is a great character, I like him a lot, it's a fun DLC, but if this was Raiden, this would be a significantly easier fight, because Raiden is just better. You can't even argue the point. And Sam doesn't get any upgrades. As you can see, I don't have full life, I don't have full blade bar. There are a lot of things lacking from it, but the boss, for all intents and purposes, is the same as he was on the main game. He just has that new attack, and I don't know, he just seems a bit more aggressive to me, and he's so spammy. Look at this, just spamming. It's unbelievable. It really is, and you're at the mercy of the AI the entire fight, because if the AI does what you want it to do, you're okay. You'll probably beat it. If it doesn't, you'll fail every time. For instance, can you remember the move on the previous version of Armstrong on the main game where he did the area of effect, which was one of the most dangerous moves he does? Now that is your best friend. If you get a kind Armstrong who spams that move, you're going to be loving it, because you're going to be able to murder him. But if you get the guy who spams the grab, like he's doing right now, or spams the new move, which is the worst thing they could have done by giving the boss an extremely fast move, which is affected by the ridiculousness of the camera in this game, where it can get to the point where the camera will spin around your character because it can't keep up with Armstrong, and you'll sometimes get hit, sometimes you won't. It's like rolling a dice, and it's challenging. It's really challenging. As you can see, this is a couple of my fails, and there were plenty of fails, let me tell you that. Couple of things I would recommend prior to this fight. Put your nano pace on before you even hit the cutscene. I took them off to try and be a man, try and, you know, beat it without using them. How very wrong I was. That way, every time you start the fight, you do not have to, you know, mess about with equipping them, because it's not responsive at all. Second tip on this, try and save as many nano pace as you can for the second phase of the fight, just because, you know, you get a checkpoint at 50. If you can do it really well, you can make more mistakes in the last phase. The final tip, taunt. I wish I'd have known this, guys, I really do, but I didn't. You can press up on the D-pad as Sam and he taunts, and I noticed that the enemy got more aggressive, because that's what happened in Bayonetta and things like that. They kind of get really mad. But what I didn't know is you do more damage to them. They get aggressive and do more damage, but so do you. So if you taunt this boss, it only lasts for like a minute or something, but your damage is going to be escalated, and it makes it significantly easier. The second phase, once I realised what the taunt did, I did it maybe my 3rd or 4th try with the knowledge that the taunt buffed my weapons. That's the move you want to wait for. Do you see him? If you keep spamming that move, you can just get out of the radius and charge your attack. It's so powerful. But The thing that frustrates me the most in this fight is Sam's slash evade does not do a slash. So while when you played as Raiden, you could do damage while evading, Sam doesn't have that liberty, and it's really missed. It's really missed. But this is honestly one of the hardest bosses I've ever recorded, just because of how much he brutalized me. And it's a boss I know already, which just goes to show how cheap he is in this iteration. So, you know, fingers crossed you won't have my problems. You'll get through it with no issue. I'll put a link in this video to the actual boss fight, and I will see you there, folks. So good luck, and thank you for watching. You take care now.